My film analysis is on a movie called The Monster in Paris. Spoiler warning: if you have not watched it, I would definitely recommend this movie for families to watch with the little kids and even teens. It's truly an enjoyable film for the whole family. Me and my siblings have seen this movie too many times to count growing up, and even now I would still watch this movie. It has a great storyline and songs that are very catchy. My siblings and I really enjoyed singing along to all the songs from this movie. Although Monster in Paris is a French movie, I'm basing this review on the Netflix English version. This 2011 3D animated film was directed by Bibo Bergeron. He is known for directing movies like Sinbad, the Madagascar trilogy, El Dorado, and The Prince of Egypt, which is a popular DreamWorks animation. He was also an animator for the Goofy movie and directed/animated in a lot of other films. This movie is based in 1910 when the streets were flooded by the River Seine, which is an actual thing that happened in Paris. The Seine rose so quickly that water ran through the sewers and streets and flooded Paris. To summarize this movie, two guys named Émile and Raoul are playing around with chemicals in an abandoned lab. They then spilled the potions and it landed on a flea that jumped off their dog that was with them at the time. This resulted in the flea becoming a large creature. Then, a woman named Lucille, who is Raoul's childhood friend and is also a singer, found the creature and named him Francoeur. She then found that he was actually musically talented, and ended up keeping him in her dressing room at the theater of which she worked and performed at. Insert scene. That scene was actually pretty wholesome to me, as well as all of the interactions that both Lucille and Francoeur had with one another. When I first looked up this movie online, from what I could see I thought this movie was gonna be like that weird B movie with the human and the insect having a relationship. But once I watched it for myself I found that it was not like that at all. In my opinion the story was pretty simple and just like any other family adventure movie out there, but it was still really good and had a great end plot. The characters were also introduced very well. Throughout the movie it was Lucille, Émile, and Raoul's goal to keep Francoeur hidden from a bad man named Elie Prefet Maynot, who wanted to kill him. How did they get caught by this man? They explicitly show you the film that was left behind with the potion. And one night when Francoeur got curious and escaped the dressing room he hopped around town through houses and on rooftops where one person eventually saw and reported that they had seen a giant creature on Monster. They had to hide Francoeur because Warden Maynot began searching all over the town and even Lucille's dressing room to find him, but Francoeur had hid in Lucille's piano. Lucille and Raoul obviously had a baby crush on each other. I kinda got the hint that they like each other after watching their constant bickering and trash talking with each other, but they would always end up smiling. That made me think that they're comfortable enough to talk to each other like that and not get actually mad or weren't actually serious. The extra end part of the movie about Raoul and Lucille's confession and then the toy train flashback at first felt unnecessary to me. But when the movie finished with the punchline of the train I instantly thought yeah, it was worth it. They added that scene just so they could bring those two together. That punchline was actually pretty cute and managed to make me chuckle a bit. The movie started strong, at least for me. The start did confuse me a little bit only because I had no idea what I was getting myself into watching this movie, but I really liked it. At the beginning there was a weird scene and a lot of stuff going on with Émile and his girlfriend, but I came to find out that he was actually dreaming and then panicking because the film was ruined. The movie kept my attention from that point on. It really showed off everyone's character really nicely. This movie also didn't feel like an hour. It was fun and it's entertaining honestly, and only it felt like 30 minutes to me. So if I wanted something in this movie to be different, to be honest, I probably wouldn't change anything about this movie. I was pretty satisfied with the ending and the overall story. I'm also not picky when it comes to watching movies. One of my favorite parts was the straw jacket joke. It was so funny, every mention of his straw jacket and him defending it intensely as the movie goes on. Then in a dire situation he finally admitted to the jacket being straw. So it's really a fun story with characters that are entertaining and enjoyable with every interaction they have with each other, and the jokes are just spot on. My most favorite thing about this movie though was the song, specifically A Monster in Paris sung by Francoeur, because he brought so much life to the song and really showed that a creature like him could have such emotions and feelings. Then La Seine and I in French. Then in English The Seine I, that Lucille and Francoeur together, so I listened to the song before the movie and I really liked it. The different renditions of the song made me appreciate the upbeat one even more. I also looked up the lyrics because I was interested in whatever the meaning of the song is. What is La Seine? Since I am not French, I'm only basing from what I read about it online. A lot of discussions about it. So Seine is a river that goes through Paris, France. Francoeur sang this song as a love song about the same river, but it also has a play on words meaning scene or stage. When Francoeur started singing and making it a play on words, it added more emotion and meaning behind the song. I'm not going to go into every specific detail on the movie because I'd want for my readers to watch as well. But overall the writer did well on every aspect in the genre of this movie, including romance in the end, which was kept cute and simple. And when it comes to characters, we still were definitely my favorite because I didn't expect her to be so humorous of a girl. So this movie really was fun with and encouraging and had a moral to the story that you can't judge a book by its cover.